You're very lucky to have him here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, David KAYE. Let him hear it.
I did a cruise a couple of weeks ago. I was down in Florida. Anybody been to Florida here? Anybody been to Florida? Couple people. Anybody else who's been south on 95? Anybody been south on 95? Anybody? Not a well-traveled group. It's down there in Florida. I tried an experiment. I went to a nude beach. And, you know, you go to one of these things expecting to see a lot of attractive people. And, granted, you may see one, maybe two good-looking people at a nude beach. But for the most part, just imagine your parents and all their friends. Naked and sweaty. That's a nude beach. Pretty horrifying. I saw more abdominal scars in an hour than you really need to see in a lifetime. I'm telling you, you haven't been disgusted till you've seen an 80-year-old with an irritated Brazilian bikini wax. That's a lot of gold bond, Jack. That's all I'm saying. Look, I understand the senior citizens moved down south. Not all your golden years, but why at that age would you take off your clothes in public when your body is its most repulsive? I mean, really, if you need a walker to carry your tits, get a harness, some kind of sling. Don't be slathering them down with cocoa butter, you know? And those are the men. Those are the men, I said. Oh, that's rich. Also up in Chicago, Illinois. Anybody been to Chicago here? Anybody? Anybody been north on 95? Anybody gone out of the parking lot and made a right? Anybody? Swim through the swamp to get here? How the hell did you? Chicago, went to a big Irish festival. That was a lot of fun, big Irish festival. I was able to sample some fine Irish cuisine there. Ooh, that boiled potato stand. Woo! Let me tell you. Realize why the Irish fight over religion, because it sure as hell isn't over a stolen frickin' recipe. Let me tell you that. Irish are famous for drinking, because you gotta be really drunk to eat that shit. That's what it is. It's terrible. I shouldn't make fun of the Irish, although I can, because you see my last name is Kay, and my father was an alcoholic. Thank you very much, he's an alcoholic. Well, actually, I'm Polish by heritage. Do we have any Polska Bobby here in the audience? Where's my Polish friends? We got some Polish folks here? Where at? Right over here? Now, do you still eat the Polish food there, young miss? Still eat the Polish food? You like the pierogi? Sure you like the pierogi. How about the golunki? You like the golunki? That's a pig's nut blank, stuffed cabbage we call that. How about the goroshki? You know goroshki? Goroshki? That's the key used up in the garage. Goroshki. You are a dumb Polak. Good to have you here. Solidarność, sister. Let's find a Falcons Club. Polka. Goroshki. I love that joke. I don't care if you laugh or not. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a prejudiced person. I don't believe my parents were prejudiced people either. Growing up, I can never recall my parents ever raising their voice or hand in anger to a person of another race or religion. You know, from all the beatings I took as a child, I could only figure out my parents hated white children. That's who they hated. I got my ass kicked on a daily basis. You know what's funny too is people don't beat their kids like they used to. No, they don't. Used to be you could take your kid out to any discount department store, drag them out in the middle of the aisle, just kick their shit out of them right then and there. If you were near the toy aisle, you could grab a wiffle ball bat. A piece of Hot Wheel track. You just tear it off the loop. Pow! You can't do that anymore. Now you have to give them a timeout. That's what people do. I asked a woman what a timeout was. She said, well, you see, when my children do something wrong, I make them stop what they're doing, go into their bedroom, and reflect on their bad behavior. Did I mention she had rickets or scurvy or something? I have no idea why the hell I'm standing like this. She said, after they realize what they've done wrong, they come out and we have a little chat. I give them some candy, and they go about their business. Do you know what a timeout was when I was growing up? It was the length of time you were unconscious. That's what yeah. When you were grounded, that meant you were on the ground, taking a time out. My father was a stern disciplinarian. That's what they called my dad. They've got a new term for him now, too. Abu Ghraib prison guard. That's what they called my father. He had one famous saying when he was pissed. You know what my dad's famous saying was? Do you want me to take my belt off? Do you want me to take my belt off? Not really how he delivered it. Usually it was more like, you want me to take my belt off? Hey, I'm taking the belt off. Here comes the belt. I'm taking it off. Hey, help me get this goddamn belt off. Kick though. It's like, no, Dad, I don't want you to take your belt off because your pants will fall down. I'll laugh my ass off. You'll chase me around like a damn penguin. I don't need that memory emblazoned in my mind. I probably shouldn't make fun of him either. I lost my dad a long time ago. I was only 14 when my father died. He had a heart attack while mowing the grass. At least that's what he wrote in the letter. Wasn't long after my father's death, though, my mother turned to me and said, you know, David, now that your father's gone, you're the man of the house. You'll have to step into his shoes and do the things that he used to do. So I started running numbers and sleeping with the neighbor's wife. And, I'm here with you people on a Sunday, and it's all working out. Lost my mom last year, 87 years young, lost my mom. Thanks for your compassion. Well, she didn't die, she just kind of wandered off the mall. No, she's dead. And, God bless her soul, though. She used to go out, she was single for the longest time. She'd go to these seniors and singles dances. They had them at her community center every Thursday from 6 to 8. In the morning. In the morning, because that's when they were all alert. A lot of pill swapping going on there. She started seeing this guy who was 78. I'm like, ooh, Mom, you're going after a younger guy. She says, oh, David, he's too old for me. I need a man who can still perform. Oh, God. You are talking about CPR, right, Mom? You're talking about CPR? They used to serve up a drink there. It was called the Golden Bomber. Half vodka, half prune juice. Yeah, I know. After a couple of those, everybody was going steady again. Come on, that's a funny joke. My dead mother wrote it. Come on, that's funny. My mom wrote that and she's dead now. And it's weird because as I'm getting older, I'm getting like my parents, getting like my dad. I'm losing my hair, getting fat. And I know I'm getting fat. You know how I know? I started wearing a t-shirt to the pool this year. Anybody else wearing a t-shirt to the pool? Oh, it's sad. It's pathetic. It didn't start out that way. Took my daughter and the little neighbor girl to the pool. I go running across the pool to chase them. The little 8-year-old girl's laughing. I said, Daphne, what's so funny? She says, you jiggle when you run. You dirty little bitch. I said, oh yeah, I've seen your mother in a bathing suit. You're gonna jiggle a lot more. How about that, Daphne? I know, and she started to cry, so I had to push her in the pool. Because you can't tell chlorine water from the tears, can you now? And it's scary getting older because I had to go to the doctor the other day. I went to my doctor. I hadn't gone to the doctor for a long time because I hadn't had health insurance. And that's really scary. If you don't have health insurance and you don't go to the doctor, right? When you get sick, what do? You don't go to the doctor. You frantically Google search your symptoms on the internet, right? And come up with wildly inaccurate self-diagnosis. Last Thanksgiving, having horrible, sharp abdominal pain right after dinner. I looked it up on the internet. I either had bad gas or an ovarian cyst, and I wasn't sure which one it was.